He talking like.
I'm a big movie buff. I've always have been, and that's just how I just grew up. My mom, my dad, they put me on the movies at a young age. But I really owe it to my mom that I'm interested in becoming a filmmaker because I'm not sure if everybody knows this movie or not. It's called Bowfinger with Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin. It's about a production team working to make a movie. Eddie Murphy's an actor, and he doesn't even know he's in a movie. They just follow him with the camera. I don't know, it kind of stuck with me. I give a big shout out to moms, and once I realized that, there's another funny story about it actually. I'm gonna tell you real quick. I was at lunch with my cousin, and we were telling jokes and everything, and I told him a joke about the advertisements before the movie starts in the theater. And he laughed about it. He's like, yo, bro, you should do movies because you go to the movies way too much. And I'm like, you know what? It's not a bad idea, And I just fell in love with it and, met Rabb and Alexis. And we actually made our first film together last month. It's called Time's Up. It's on YouTube. If you were to YouTube Time's Up, Devon Prey, you see it. So I'm into sci-fi and 80s retro culture. That's kind of my style. And Rabb and I, we just connected like this. It's like we're like spirited brothers. It's crazy. He's like a big brother to me. And that's just all the fun stuff. But aside from that, I mean, when it comes to passion and doing things that you feel like you're meant to do and you want to be a part of. The best thing I would say, like Alexis says, just keep that charge. Don't ever give up. No matter how many times you may make a mistake or things don't work out. And like my brother here, Terrence said, he said you have to. Excuse me, I'm gonna draw a blank real quick. He said you have to really care and really have passion and go for that education. You have to really, really put forth something that you want to be a part of. Don't ever give up, no matter what situation you came from, because you will overcome. Just believe that it's going to happen. Like you said, that's where I was getting at. You have to believe it's going to happen. And just meeting him, not like we just met today, but listening to him, I feel it, from his spirit. He said awakening, I believe it, and it's going to work out.
Let me ask you another statement, if you don't mind. It's true that your lineage, right? You come from a lineage of movers and shakers, right? From your grandfather to your sister. Isn't your sister Jocelyn Blue the poet or something?
Oh, the black belt in poetry?
Yeah, exactly.
Jocelyn Blue, that's my sister.
And for y'all who don't know, Jocelyn Blue also used to be known as Mary Jane Watson, one of the baddest poets in the city. Y'all have seen clips that I put up of her for the last week's poetry slam.
That was the Open Words Poetry Slam.
What was that location at?
That was 11 Halsey Street.
Yeah, right. And you can see that real pretty sister with the red and black dress on. Yeah, that's just you can look at them and see that they related, right? Yeah.
And she's actually a part of our crew too.
Actually, yes. And she's supposed to be in a film that we doing with it too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Remember we went to the arcade to shoot our last movie?
Oh, right.
She was dancing on the DVR. It was like an 80s kind of. Watch the movie on YouTube. Time's Up, Devon Prey.
And I could never do that. You should watch those feet work she doing. You can see me tripping and falling on my face and y'all laughing at me. Me, I like to say I have a divine blessing because I know each and every one of them. I knew the brother here for years, decades. We go back way before the prison bed, right? Her and I, she already told you, we from day one, she was going out of state with me. We interviewing the Move organization, stuff like that there. We went to Mumia Life Celebration, and y'all see me in his work. Y'all, we
if you go to the school, you see us.
Exactly. You look on YouTube, you see us together. And this right here not only is Student Entertainment Organization, but they're part of the Platinum Calf Entertainment Group. So we've been bringing a lot of things to y'all from singing, rapping, dancing, movies, stage plays. So, look forward to seeing great things and community work. Look forward to seeing great things from these people right here today. Is there anything else anybody would like to say? Got any advice y'all like to get to the young or adults out there? I know we got an issue out in the city too. I wanted to ask y'all a question on this before we go. It's a serious issue in Newark about violence, unnecessary murders. In a quick minute synopsis, I'm gonna ask each one of y'all, what would y'all tell the people out there that's perpetrating the black on black crimes and the genocide of our people, whether willingly or unwillingly, with shooting each other, etc. Is there any advice y'all like to give to any of them? When we start with the Queen first, or when we start with the President first? So my question would be, any advice for any young brothers and sisters out there that's like involved in like senseless crimes against each other? You got any advice for them?
Advice?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one, you have to, it's about who you surround yourself with, honestly. I mean, you have to be like, I like the example he made with the food and the garbage. Because that's what it looked at real, or he liked it, so it looked good till you put it on the trash. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you surround yourself with people, right? It's like, I look at it like that, because we all been through that time when you around bad people, and then you put yourself in a good circle. That's like I'm at y'all went to a better circle. And I just say you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with, because people basically, if you hang with a bunch of people that's not doing nothing, you're gonna do nothing.
Okay.
It's like if you hang yourself a bunch of murderers, eventually you're gonna become a murderer. It's like it's just how it works. And it's different outlets. We have to learn how to reach out as an outlet, but it all starts within yourself. Really, when it comes to crime, you really can't really blame. I'll be honest, you can't really blame people. When truthfully, because it starts within. It starts within where you want to be and how you're gonna get there. And just people. As a black community, we just have to know, we have to know, our people is worthy, put it like that, And this is special, this is Black History right now. But, we are worthy people, and we have to understand in our history, we was one time seen as non-worthy. And once we put that in our head, that we are worthy people, we'll think better. It's all about your mindset, too, the way you think.
Okay.
So, like I say, you could be surrounded by a whole bunch, but it all starts right here. And like I said, it's about who you're putting yourself around. Like I said, that's just how it works, Like you hang around that people, you become that. And it never really failed,
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we all been to that place, we are not one of us, I don't think, is not one in the urban area,
Mm-hmm.
So like we all know what it is to be around.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Same question.
I'm saying my advice is that I had the opportunity. I got like hindsight when it comes to that stuff. Basically, it's like an identity crisis. Like the Sister Lexi said, like it's about knowing that you're worthy. So sometimes that's where education played a part, because I was always taught that I was a king and I was much more than what I am, but I didn't know where the kingdom was at. I didn't know where it was at. I didn't know who stole it. I didn't know how it looked. So I had to seek and find them things. But when it comes to the killings and the shootings and all that, it comes from basically like an identity crisis. Because I tried it before. It's a thin line between who you are and what you do. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when you don't know who you are, then the things that you do is going to define who you think you are. But when you're no longer able to do the thing that you always done, you're going to discover who you really are. So I had the opportunity of being around the murderers and the killers. They're actually good people. It's just that once they get separated from things, because I once read about the Willie Lynch letter. the Willie Lynch letter was basically talking about how to keep people enslaved. But it was something that I had seen inside of it for a long time. It said, be careful. It's a foolproof plan. He said, but it won't work, but you got to be careful on what they hear and what they touch, because the brain has the power to go back to its original form. So a lot of times we're dealing with identity crisis, meaning that we don't understand who the enemy. The enemy means the enemy. It's the inside. So a lot of times we're doing things because we think that's cool, and that's what we're supposed to do. I mean, like, we taught this self-hatred. That's self-hatred right there. And a lot of times, it's a little bigger than what it is, but basically, it's about just learning, learning yourself, learning your people. Learn why you're worthy. That's what I had to do. I had to learn why I fell in love with me so much to where I couldn't harm another person that looked just like me. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I see myself in everybody now. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the shootings and the killings, that I just pray and I hope that everybody just wake up. But at the same time, just watch me. I'm gonna give you an example.
I like that. Same question to you.
They said it, the way they described it is incredible. It's just, we have to actually figure out a way to come together, people, because we all in the same boat. We all in the same boat. Everybody's going through the struggle. Let's, instead of, tearing each other down, clawing our way to get somewhere, why don't we help lift each other up? And we can all do it. The power is in the people, Like brother said, we all kings and queens, really. It's no reason for this chaos to be happening, especially on such a consistent basis. It's not needed, Everybody has the same brain. Everybody has the same high functioning